They lied to you. Egypt was never called Egypt. Before the Greeks arrived, before the Romans renamed the land, before the textbooks were written by conquerors, there was a civilization that called itself the Black Land. These people called it Kemet. Remember that name.
They renamed the land to erase the hands that built it. They rewrote the story so the rightful heirs would not inherit it.
Wake up to the lies. They called it Egypt, but that name was never ours.
Wake up to the lies.
The Greeks took Qatar and claimed the towers.
Wake up to the lies.
Kemet stood for 3,000 years before they came.
Wake up to the lies.
They stole the land, the legacy, and then they stole the name. They taught you Egypt in the classroom, told you that was the name from birth. But the people who built those pyramids never once called it that on this earth. The name was Kemet, the Black Land, rooted in the dark, fertile soil of the Nile. Every flood season deposited black silt along that river for mile after mile. Kemet Black in the ancient tongue, the language of the builders, the farmers, the kings. Kemet was also called Tamari, meaning a beloved land, among many other things. The first 12 dynasties, from 3,150 to 1,783 before the Common Era, were entirely African. 1,367 years of black governance, architecture, science. That is the origin of man. Pharaoh Narmer unified Upper and Lower Kemet around 3,100 BC as one political nation. He was a Nubian king, the foundation of the throne, the first of a long dynastic generation. Khufu of the 4th dynasty, builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, carried African and Negroid features in stone. The Sphinx itself bore his likeness. That truth has been buried, chiseled down, and disowned.
They renamed the land to erase the hands that built it. They rewrote the story. Their rightful heirs would not inherit it. Wake up to the lies.
They called it Egypt, but that name was never ours.
Wake up to the lies.
The Greeks took Qatar
And claim the towers. Wake up to the lies.
Kemet stood for 3,000 years before they came.
Wake up to the
They
lies.
stole the land, the legacy, and then they stole the name. The word the world now uses comes from the Greek Aegyptus, a distortion of Hapata. That was the temple of the god Ptah in Memphis, the sacred house of divine law. The Greeks could not pronounce the ancient sounds, so they bent the language to fit their tongue. And from that mispronunciation, a false identity for an entire civilization was born and sung. The Hebrew called it Mitzrayim, the Arabs say Misr to this day. But the people who built the obelisks, the calendars, and the medical texts had their own way. Cheikh Anta Diop proved through linguistic and anthropological research, published and defended, that Kemet and Kush shared one language, one religion, one moral code called Maat, never divided, never ended. At the UNESCO conference in Cairo in 1974, Diop and Obenga stood and presented the evidence before scholars from around the world. Textbooks declared Greece and Rome the roots of civilization. But Kemet was their teacher, and that truth was firm. Kemet taught geometry, medicine, astronomy, and law to the very people who later renamed it. The student erased the master's name from the blackboard, and history permitted it.
Kemet was the Black Land. Tamari was the beloved land. Tasedi was the land of the pharaohs. Renamed. The people gave themselves, none of them Egypt. Now you know.
The Nile they called happy, a sacred river, not just water, but a god that fed the nation. The writing they call Medu Nutta, the words of God, not hieroglyphics. That was Greek translation. Every name was changed. changed. Every turn was walked, every monument was claimed by foreign hands. But the soil is still black along the Nile, and the bones beneath it still belong to African land. They lied to you, not by accident, by design. Kemet did not need to be renamed, it needed to be erased. Study your history, read the original names, speak them aloud.
Kemet Mary,
Medunetta Happy Maat,
these are the words
they replaced. Now put them back.
Imhotep was an African man, born in Kemet, architect, physician, and high priest of the sun. Imhotep was an African man, born in Kemet, architect, physician, and high priest of the sun. He designed a step pyramid at Saqqara around 2700 BC, the world's first stone structure ever done. The Greeks came centuries later and renamed him Asclepius, claimed him as their own god of medicine and healing. They took a black African genius, whitewashed his identity, and gave him a Greek ceiling. Plato traveled to Kemet to study, Tales studied there. Pythagoras sat at the feet of Kemetic priests, the theorem carrying his name. The philosophy carrying Greek labels, the source was African, the credit release. The word religion did not exist in Kemet. That is a 17th century European word derived from Latin religare, meaning to bind the human spirit to external authority. Kemet never lived that way. They lived by Maat near and far. Maat was not a religion, Maat was a principle. Truth, order, balance, and cosmic justice as a daily way of life.
42 laws govern conduct before Moses carried any stone tablet, before any scripture caused any strife. They took the science and called it Greek. They took the law and called it divine. They erased the African origin and drew a false historical line.
Wake up to the light. Imhotep healed the world before Hippocrates had a name.
Wake up to the light.
They borrowed every lesson from Kemet and never gave claim.
Wake up to the light.
The 42 laws of Maat predate every commandment written in stone.
Wake up to the light.
Africa built the foundation of civilization and was never given its throne. In 550 of the Common Era, Emperor Justinian closed the temple of Philae by force. The last Kemetic temple standing, converted to a church, redirected from its source. The written language Medunetta was so thoroughly suppressed it took 1,300 years to decode. Queen of most Nefertari held power that history buried. One of the most significant women that ever walked this road. The erasure was not accidental. Anthony Browder confirmed what the evidence always showed. Every monument robbed, every tomb raided, every African name removed and a foreign name bestowed. The pyramids were not called pyramids. They were called Mir. The book was not called the Book of the Dead. It was called the Book of Coming Forth by Day. Every name you were taught was a replacement. The original is still there. Buried, waiting. Go find it. Go find it.